Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So this video, I've got a little bit of announcement. It hasn't been put on the Runescape homepage, but Double XP will be returning to the game next Friday, the 14th of November. Now, it's going to be running for the same 10 days as normal, so we're going to be going from November 14th to the November 24th. For the Double XP, same kind of format as normal, where we're going to have a total of 48 hours, split over 10 days to get the Double XP gains. Now, there's a few things and a few questions been asked off the back of this, obviously with all the things related to Treasure Hunter. Now, we'll have some proper answers on November 12th when the final Treasure Hunter post is going to be released, when they're going to sort of give us a couple of dates and what the full goal is. But this might be one of the last times you use your proteins and your Treasure Hunter items on a Double XP. Now, this is going to majorly change up how a lot of people approach a Double XP, and I do think that due to that, the market won't be hit as hard as it normally would with a Double XP announced so late. Normally, Jagex give us like 2 to 3 weeks before announcing that a Double XP is coming to the game, just so we can stock up on items. The market isn't massively crashed, or well, not crashed, but risen because of the demand on items. But to give us a couple days notice, and also as well, a little bit brutal on one side of it, just after Leagues is finished, there's not even a break for those who have really grinded Leagues out and really put the hours in. Straight into a Double XP weekend on the Friday is a bit brutal, but it'll be nice to get the gains in. So this is going to be the first Double XP for a long time where people will have the major question of, what am I going to train? And as always, there's certain skills which I would recommend to train, but I think with the fact that your Treasure Hunter items will eventually leave your bank at a given date, it might be worth looking at what supplies you've got in terms of proteins, dummies, and everything sort of which we know will be removed, and looking to see if it's worth using and road mapping out what the plan is. Normally we do a video where we go through like what I'd suggest to do in terms of skills. But what I would sort of recommend to start with is look at what proteins you've got. You can convert your proteins into a different skill if you want to train another skill. For me, I imagine I'm going to use the Hunter Traps because I think the Hunter method is very good. I might use some of the smithing stuff again because smithing is nice in AFK. And also I can do the smithing method in a way where I don't sort of lose any money, but also you can smith out a rune and make money. So it's worth looking at all your options to train the skills you're going to use the proteins in. Cooking's a very good one because cooking is very slow. I know people think that cooking's really sort of quick, and yes it is with wines, but wines are incredibly expensive. So cooking's a good option. It makes it a lot more AFK to do the cooking protein. Same with fire making. Fire making is also very, very good. Now, with the next couple of days leading up to Double XP, I imagine that once the Phoenix Rising promo is gone, we are going to be hit quite hard with the microtransaction side. We normally get the Foresight promo, which is a great promo to help your skilling, but I think it's going to be pretty brutal with how much is going to get thrown up, especially because this could be one of the last times we can use all of these items. So yeah, dummies again, really high XP, utilize those. Maybe the combat ones you can let pass because combat, the XP is so quick. It's more of a skilling dummies you want to use. Proteins again, you don't have to use the proteins which are in your bank. You can convert them. Yes, you lose a third of them to convert them, but if you're going to put them in a skill which is more beneficial, you may as well do that. I've always found that if you pass 27 invention, the cogs aren't worth it. I do think the construction ones, not worth it either. And the divination ones are quite nice, but you can quite easily replace them with doing some holes and memories if you want to, and if you do have level 70 divination. Now, really quickly, actually, we're going to go to the Grand Exchange. I was going to sit in mine through this whole video, but we'll go to the Grand Exchange real quick so we can talk through like what items I'm going to do, what items I'm going to use. Now, for a Double XP as well, I will do all of my accounts, what the plans are, what I'm looking to do before the Double XP, just as a little plan video. I'll probably do as a little extra one as well. But yeah, in terms of the ones you don't really want to use, in my opinion, the planks, the cogs aren't really worth it. The essence is very nice. The essence is very good XP, especially for Soul Altar. And pretty much you all know what proteins are. You all know how to use proteins. So make sure to do that. Make sure to have a decent stock of divine locations of what skills you want to focus on as well. Have a plan for your Double XP. It just means you can utilize your time as well as possible and you're not sat bank standing like I normally am and wasting your XP and wasting your time. Now, in terms of the standard items, like things like Vorn Bombs, stuff like that, I don't know if they'll massively spike, just because I think a lot of people are going to focus on the proteins. So all the skilling items you would normally accustom to a Double XP and going up may not do that. Now, what I'm probably going to do for the next couple of days is throw out a couple of money makers targeting some of the unique skilling items, which could go up in price, just so if you guys wanted to do it, AFK in your work time or your AFK time, you can make a little bit more profit. So things we're going to look at over the week are going to be things like the eternal magical stuff. So we're going to look at the bows, We're also going to have a look at the staffs as well, all the rune crafting stuff. I might have a look at Star Bloom crafting as well, because I think that could be really good profit. Especially because like how good XP it is. Star Bloom crafting is heavily underrated for how good crafting XP it is. And I might do a little bit of that as well, just to try it out and just see how good it is over a double XP. We also do have frames as well. I think we can check the Grand Exchange actually. I always think that at the minute that frames are incredibly undervalued. I also invested in Dagonoth bones, but that's just something I've done off the back of the event. But if you're looking to train your construction for a very, very good price, the U frame is so cheap compared to like what the XP is going to give you. It was originally a couple K more than like mahogany, but as you can see, items probably have rose a bit more than what I thought. So 90k for a U frame, which is actually a crazy, crazy price. Now, I know someone who actually invested in U frames because he was going to do a little bit of construction XP. And as you see, oh, there's 10,000 of them just there. So maybe for the first time in a long time, I might have made some money on a flip. So we're going to put them in for 89,999, and that could be something like a nice cheeky 400 mil, which again, I'm still paying off my tier 95 weapons, so that can go to that pot there. But this is the thing, this is why, like, off the back of a double XP, I normally do the video to say, look, buy these items because they're cheap, they're worthwhile invested in. It's because sometimes on the announcements of a double XP, you can make quite a lot of money off that as well. But yeah, so we'll be looking at all the different money making methods. We'll have a little look at the Rune Elder one. I won't make a full video on it because obviously we made a video on AFK and the Rune pieces the other day. So I won't make another video, but I'll tie it in with one of the other ones just to price check stuff. So if you didn't know, for a double XP, all the items which are tradable, which normally go up in price, you're talking herbal potions, super potions, extreme potions as well. Anything which goes into overloads is generally very good and normally quite profitable. The dinosaur potions are still a little bit untested and a little bit like volatile. I'd say the ones which go into things like Vaughn bombs and also the power burst vitality are normally very good. So your dinosaur roars, your Saradom brews, your rocktails, those kind of items do generally spike, but any of the high tier skilling items are going to be very, very good. And we did another video a couple, probably 2 weeks ago now, but primal extracts are used for all the dinosaur potions, and generally that goes up in price. It's a little bit over mid, but not massively. And it's a good time actually. Yes, it is a short amount of time to go and capitalize on it, but you have a couple of days now to focus in on some skilling items, check some of the margins, and you can really make a lot of profit in the lead up to double XP. On one of the original like escaping free to play accounts, I was making something like 12 to 15k per super attack potion, one of the most basic potions in the game, just because there was a demand for it and just because people didn't want to make their own super attacks. On top of that, you can then turn it to an extreme attack, but again, I'll release these videos. We'll probably do a herb lore, construction, and then an eternal magical log over next week as well. So I'll make sure there's enough content out for you guys as well. Obviously, this is going to really help the Escaping Free to Play series, and if you haven't checked that out, make sure to check out the link in the corner of the video. That's going to have loads of stuff as well, but the main point of this video was to announce to you guys that double XP is returning November 14th to November 24th. Really good time to jump in, make some money, or if you're planning for a big 10 days, invest in your items now, or just check margin and stuff as well. The market is always volatile. Sometimes it can actually be cheaper to buy on the eve of a double XP, as opposed to now where you've got a couple of days in advance as well. But stock up on your items. It's going to be a big one. Obviously, when the post is released on Wednesday, talking about treasure hunter items and what it's going to happen with them, we will discuss it, and then we'll also do a little bit of reflection for double XP off the back of that towards the end of the episode. But for now, it's looking like this might be the last 1 or 2 times you can use your treasure hunter items on a double XP, so you can maximize either your proteins or your skilling dummies. I'm still going to use them because I've got them. I may as well use them. And yeah, we can see where we go from there. Also as well, also really interested to see if they'll ever do the double XP store along with the double XP, because again, it's rewards and stuff like that. But what we'll be doing is on Wednesday, we'll come with the post, what they've put, what they've said, see what it says in relation to double XP. We'll talk about that as well. All of next week, we'll be doing money makers in terms of what you can do for items for double XP, whether you want to gather them yourself, whether you want to make some money. And then over this weekend, you've got some episodes of the Escaping Free-to-Play accounts as well. So I hope you're looking forward to it. If you are, please make sure to drop me a like. It really does help me out. Please like the video as well to help it seen by more and more people. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.